Hello there. This is the vlog 11 of the 12th week. And I wasn't thinking, I don't want to make this video to be like what happened the week. No, I want to make it different. So I want to it be a philosophical video. Yeah. Why a philosophical video? Because I came to understand many things. For example, in the class, the teacher asked us, what came up. He asked us, like, who was the traitor? I mean, who was that person that went to the coordination to say that Mr. Johan is changing dates and that the exam is not, must be tomorrow and not that day? That we discussed, and we all say, yeah, man, we're gonna fight and we're going to wait until the end of the semester to do the exam so as we can have time to prepare ourselves and to make it and to get prepared so as to do it and to get good qualifications, good marks. But then there's somebody went there to coordination and say that that's not okay, because we all agree as a community that we agree that the exam will be that date, not. So I was thinking about that a little bit, about traitor, and I came up with my mind of Judah, right? So the disciples of Jesus, look, disciples that were with Jesus, a perfect person and a perfect God, of course, because he was 100% God and 100% human. But those disciples were humans, and humans have mistakes and errors, and they are imperfect. But there is someone who is perfect, and his name is Jesus. So I was thinking that he walked with Jesus like 2 years. They walked together, they ate together, and he saw a lot of miracles, Judah. But in his flesh, in his heart, there was something not good. There was the love of money. And that's why he traded him. He betrayed him for some coins of plata. And that's so sad, because that was the end of Judah. And then Judah went to suicide himself. And then Jesus, who was an innocent person, was crucified and beaten, and many people hated him, even though he did not do anything. So that's why I'm asking myself, why am I needing to look for like the fact that people look at me and they say, yeah, man, you're doing good. Yeah, for the approval of people. Why am I looking for the approval of people if the people, the world, killed an innocent person? So that is something to think, right? And also to think something about, for example, life. What's the meaning of life for you? What's the meaning of life? Is life all pleasure? To look for pleasures? To have, I don't know, sex? To look for power? To look for money? What is the meaning of life for you? Were you made to make money? Like a machine? Were you made to, I don't know, to be a productive person, a reproductive person, somebody that reproduces and makes a lot of people? Were you called for that? Why were you born? There are 8 billion people in the world, but you are here. And one day, those people will die, maybe in a war, of diseases. But I'm still wondering, what is the meaning of life? There was this king called Solomon. He was the son of David, and he was the person with the most wisdom in the world. There was no person with the wisdom like Suleiman. He was the only one. But even though with that wisdom, he couldn't find the meaning of life. So he went to all the pleasures. He had like 1,000 women for himself, like wives, whatever. He had a good palace. He had a lot of money. He was famous. If he could eat anything he could like, but there is something that he missed was the presence of God. Because the man is made up of body, flesh, and spirit. When you fulfill the body, the flesh, but you lack spirit and you lack soul, then you are incompletely. You are not incompletely. You are not finished. You are not perfect. And of course, some people like me, Christians, we complete the soul, we complete the spirit, but the flesh, other people don't study, other people don't make an effort to understand things. So that is something that you must think about. And also another thing of philosophy I want to talk about today is about death. And in the school, in the university, we have a class called Cultura, Interculturalidad e Inclusión. And they're teaching us to be inclusive to all people. I'll be LGBT, to be blind people, whatever. But I was thinking, who is the most inclusive person in the world? Of course, if we look in the good way, it's Jesus, the most inclusive person, because he loved sinners, but he hates sin. But also another person that likes to be inclusive is death. Death is the most inclusive in the world. Why? Because it goes to rich, but also poor. Death comes to us all, and death catches rich, poor, old, young, fat, thin, women and men, children and grandparents. Anyone is not, let's say, you can die in any moment. You cannot run from death, and death will come to you one day. See you next week.